All right, I'm officially here. This is the time where I read One Piece and you get my full reaction as it's happening. So let me just get right into this shit because this is long overdue. You know what I'm saying? I should have been streaming this. I had to figure out why is my stream messing up when I do it for the anime. And I found out it's because the way my shit was set up, you know what I mean? Like it was just primed to go wrong. I used the, what's it called? The Gaussian blur? I forget. I had a blur effect on the background and the panels are moving. It was too much going on, okay? It was eating up the video bitrate. But let's get right into this chapter. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest. Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 35. Sumo Tourney, and Hakumai hurling Urishima's big brother, Yokozuna Sukune. So she over here wrestling niggas with the, you know, getting some Doskoi on. She getting her Doskoi on. Okay. That's what she doing over here. And she's in that village. I guess she went on another journey, right? Under Tama's instruction. Like Tama gave her a hat. She's supposed to deliver the hat to the guy. You see him right. You probably see him right there. This dude right here. Little Kappa guy, turtle fish dude, right? So let's get straight to the chapter. So, you know, obviously continues where we left off. Dorian Broggy got taken over, right? And okay, this dude is saying like, wait, Captain, don't do this shit. Chief Jaru's the oldest warrior. He's a hero of legend. We've looked up to him for our entire lives, haven't we? Them niggas is pleading. They trying to cop a plea. They scared from Dorian Broggy running away. Dorian Broggy stomping through the forest. They're like, yes, that's right, Kashi. He's talking to the little giant dude. Well, I guess Kashi, right? That's the giant we seen at was it Little Garden? Not Little Garden. Tripping. I might have forgot where we seen him, but I know we seen him before. So let's continue. He said the warrior we once admired has grown old and feeble, so it's time to force him into retirement. It's evil Broggy. He's grown old and feeble. He said then we will all be the kings of Elbath. There's no need for the god of Elbath anymore. Bring about the age of war. We'll build an era defined by the ruthless and mighty. I guess that's Dorian. He said, you guys never talked like that before. What's going on? What's gotten into you? That nigga said, stay back, Kashi. They were flipped over and turned to different people entirely. And now they're like demons, dark and twisted all the way to the core. It can't be. He gets transformed too. He was just telling the dude to. The dude was just telling him to stand back. This dude name is Thorman. Thorman. It's crazy because Broggy's hand did not regenerate. It's just kind of floating there, attached to the shield. It's kind of weird. It's kind of just floating there, attached to the shield. That shit look nasty too. Okay, so no, I'm trapped between them. No way, I don't want to turn evil. Don't flip me over. So they actually are showing, like people said, like, oh, this is like that game Reversi. And I seen people talking about the game Reversi. And I didn't see anybody note the fact that Broggy and Dorius flipped over too, like, you know, just like the game of Reversi, because they got flipped over last chapter. And, I guess everybody thought it was just a visual thing. I heard people, compare what's happening to them to Reversi because they're getting turned a color. And, it's called Dome Reversi. but I didn't see anybody specifically and literally mention like the actual motion of a character being flipped over. And I'm referring to that as a piece being flipped over, how it's showing now. I didn't see anybody mention that. So we're seeing the pieces actually get turned over. And they're all getting turned over. He said, ah, what an incredible feeling. The Thor-Man going crazy. He said, ah, what an incredible feeling. No, Thor-Man, not you too. They said, retreat for now. They're trying to run. The tides have turned against us. The enemy took out Gabon, it seems. Okay. So Gabon, so that's what I'm saying, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so now, like, Oda does do this. It's like, okay, now it is giants versus giants. But they're saying the tides turned against them because of one human. And yeah, these humans are strong. So, like, giants aren't the pinnacle of the world. They are innately already strong as fuck, but if you train a giant, I guess, with the same way a human could train, he'll be the strongest in the world, I guess, in the end. Oh, they got more nightmares getting woken up. Kids are dreaming up of demons. They said, no, they can't be. And then we see Gerd thinking. She said, Colin, wait for me. Colin. She's thinking, is it true about Mr. Yao? She said, Mama's going to save you. She trying to run over. They all running over there. So we see the kids on the branch, Route 8. They running. They walking still. And, you know, everybody's yelling. Everybody in Elbath, I guess, is yelling, demons. The giant pirates have turned into demons. Right? Which I don't know why they need to call them, refer to them, each other as giant pirates. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, right? They know they're giants amongst the world of people who aren't giants. So either way, it doesn't matter. But we see a nightmare crawl out of this sinkhole. Okay? He has these spawning sinkholes of where demons are just popping up from. And all the demons that they imagine are like the typical, you know, demon fiend. The demon fiend, like with the wings and the pitchfork. And, you know, all black with the spiky tails and shit. So, they say, get to your feet. You're not actually dead. I don't know who. Oh, this is, what's his name? The guy blowing that horn, right? Killingham. He's resurrecting his demons and his dream monsters. He said, yeah, that's right. Get up, be reborn. There's no walking Elbath. There's no wake. Well, okay, he says there's no waking Elbath from this nightmare. Okay. I started reading too fast and I was skipping words. So I thought he was saying some shit that didn't make sense, but it was me the whole time. So this is apparently Killingham's. Like, this nigga looks menacing as hell. He gets all black hair. He got spiky teeth. He got the super eyelashes going on. Things are really cooking now, I guess. He says, with the great one here, there's no need to hold back. So he's trying to go crazy. Rampage to your heart's desires, my sleep tits. Remember, Elbath, you created these monsters yourself. Saint Killingham, dragon fruit, mystical type model Kirin, man beast form. So this is his man beast form. I gotta look at the specific differences, because like this man beast form has the sash around him, and it's, you know, the way his teeth and shit get spiky, and he has like a half human, half animal. Reminds me of Yamato when she went to her man beast form, I guess, right? So, but yeah, he looks pretty sweet though. He got like a, oh shit. He has like a horn, like a, what's this dude's name? You know, the guy with the Gallahorn horn. I think this did the Gallahorn, right? I might be thinking the wrong name. Durandal. Is it Durandal? No. Heimdall. He's like a Heimdall type dude or some shit. He's blowing a horn. So, are there even more of them now? I guess Nami and them are like they're just sitting there on a branch watching all this shit go down. And they can't really like do anything, but then like they're so little, they kind of could just go overlooked, right? They like ants running around, they can just kind of hide or some shit or just chill out. Nobody would know they're there. So Master Dory, Master Broggy, Usopp yelling, he says, what are you doing in your homeland? You guys wake up. Why do you look like that? Where's your sense of pride? Damn it, we can't save the children. Now I understand why Saul wasn't able to stop them. The children are being guarded by monsters and invisible thorns. Wake up, Bent. They yelling at the husbands, the wives, the Elbaf. I don't got time to be passing out. I'm coming to save you, boy. Just you wait. So they about to start boxing. How far should we go, Great One? I guess Summers is asking, like, oh, how much should we do? They got giant monsters. They got, oh, shit. So some of these monsters are really, really interesting, right? Some of these monsters are interesting as fuck. So, a part of Elbaf's Nightmares of Giants. The Giants' Nightmares, they have a Zunisha giant. They have a Zunisha nightmare monster, so people are afraid of Zunisha. What did Zunisha do in the past? Okay, there's a giant wolf. Is that Loki? Is that Loki's full form, or is it just a wolf? Maybe I'm speculating too hard. Maybe that's supposed to be that. Maybe that's the legendary Fenrir, right? Maybe it's the legendary Fenrir. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna talk about this post chapter. Okay, I should be taking screenshots right now. Honestly, I'll go after the chapter. I'll take screenshots and then I'll be able to talk about it, everything post chapter. Okay. So this is really interesting. Let me not stay here for too long. I'll think about it later. Okay, they will eventually crumble under the weight of their own personal demons. Continue until it breaks. Until what breaks? The heart of Elbaf. This country would have been subjugated years ago if not for Harald's miserable failure. Okay, so Emu talking that shit, right? They're personal demons. They really falling from one like tree branch down to the other, and it's like water dripping down. They're falling down to hell. Many minutes earlier. So this is earlier. So Chopper's already done what he's done. He's already done all this. He's like, I didn't think this through. And Gabon's falling face first with fucking arrows going through his gut. Damn, that's why he's stuck. Them shits were still in him. I thought they would have faded away or some shit. Chopper like, I didn't really think this through. But calm down, Chopper. You got this. You can do this. He said, make sure he doesn't die. He's flying down. This nigga started running in the air, bro. What the fuck is this? Nah, Oda got some explaining to do. Not only is Luffy, but Chopper also ran in the air. Guard point though. Nigga hit guard point. Boom, boom. So he did a little cushion impact. If you want answers, then beg me for them, Harden. You killed my father, Loki. He was my father too. And yet that didn't stop you from ending his life. Knock it off, Harden. Hey, Chopper just fell down from above. Huh? I heard something. Did you see him? He said, huh? I heard something. Did you see him? Nah. Loki's like, true, it does seem like something just came down from above. It was beyond the mountains. Luffy said, Say, how did I know it was Chopper? Someone else is with him. They're weakened. Look at this nigga standing there with these boots on. This nigga looks stupid. Big boots Luffy. He said, how did I know it was Chopper? Harden said, no, that's not Harden. Sanji said, that sounds pretty bad. Dang, this nigga Harden ready to chop Loki's head off. Oh, is that the dude? Oh, okay, so it's continuing from last page. He said, he's my father too, and yet they didn't stop you from ending his life. And he was about to try to kill him. Somebody said, knock it off hard then. And this nigga's standing there with an axe in the air. He's about to kill Loki. Or try to kill him or something, you know. And then we got Road over there. Okay. The whole crew. It sounds pretty bad then. Did they fall all the way from the sun world above? We gotta search for them, Zoro said. They think it's probably a crew member. Someone weakened. Hey Gerd and Goldberg, you got anything on your wish list? Like someone's head or jewels or... He said, oh sure, we got wishes. I guess because they're eating food. So, you know, it's like, you know, they said wishes are weird. We got wishes, but we're not unlocking your cuffs, Loki. Damn. Bunch of goody two-shoes. They said, hello? Okay. And it's the snail. The snail just moved? Like, was it on him the whole time? That don't make no sense. Shaggy, listen, I'm busy right now. Call back later. He said, don't worry, it won't take long. As a matter of fact, I'm busy too. Just one thing. And they're talking to somebody. Somebody else told them to keep their voice down. Who could this be? They said, don't worry, it won't take long. As a matter of fact, I'm busy too. Just one thing. Huh? Fine. Just keep your voice down. It's like they're talking on the side. Somebody on the side. I wasn't able to tell you earlier. Everybody's looking like, what? Loki's getting a phone call? Is that Loki? Oh yeah, Loki was surprised that the phone is ringing. I guess he don't want nobody to know that the phone's ringing. I mean that he's talking to somebody on the phone or some shit. He said, shit. Like he canceled that shit or something like. It looks like he like cut Shaggy off is what I'm saying. I don't know. I said he canceled it because I seen the letters get canceled out. Okay. It says I wasn't able to tell you earlier, but I will be able to call you for a while, I think. Huh? What do you mean? At first, I found it frightening, but the more you and I talked, the more our conversations became a source of solace to me. So I wanted to express my gratitude. Hey, what's going on? Don't tell me, are you in some danger again? Somehow? I said, I'm fine, don't worry. Where are you? I just wanted to say thank you for everything. Hey, wait, Shaggy. People. Better. Hung the phone up. He's like, damn, what are you looking at? And Gerd's just staring at him. I'm glad to know that you have a friend to keep you company here in the lonely underworld. He said, don't you dare tell anybody. So yeah, he didn't want nobody to know because he was like, the phone clicked and said, hello. He's like, Shaggy, listen, I'm busy right now. I'll call back later. He cut Shaggy off. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't want them to hear. But he said, no, listen, bro, sorry, bro, listen. I got to go too. Listen to this. Let me tell you real quick. Okay, hey, Gerd, prepare your medical supplies. Mr. Yaz badly hurt. Oh, so they did go and check. Oh, I didn't even notice. Like, that's why he started talking. They said, we got to go search for them. And then they left. That's why Loki was talking to them. He said, hey, Gerd, Goldberg, you got anything on your wish list? Like somebody's head or some jewels or whatever? They got this nigga strapped down to a makeshift wooden bed. This shit wild. He is tall as fuck. I feel like Oda made him look way bigger earlier. I mean, but he's still big compared to the other giants, especially Gerd. So, okay. They say, Gerd, prepare your medical supplies. Mr. Yaz badly hurt. I guess everyone really loves this guy, huh? You lucky that Chopper was here to save you. Good job, Chopper. Oh, he saw you can't butter me up like that, you jerk. What the fuck is going on? Is there a page missing? Nah, bro, it's gotta be like a page missing or some shit. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Have I been reading this shit backwards this whole time? No, I haven't. So wait, how come it feels like this page reads the weird way? Oh, they told him it's past, time has passed. I'm reading it wrong. So time has passed. They already told him about Gabon, you know, off screen. We're coming back. After he just found out, he said, what? This old guy, he was on the King of Pirates crew. He sailed with Roger and Rayleigh? I guess Haraldin's telling them, or Haraldin, right? He said he and Dark King Rayleigh were known as the wings of the King of Pirates. I assume he was the third strongest on the crew. I assume he was the third. They're like, what? Chopper like, what? Zoro's like, so he was a huge pirate, huh? That would explain why he was so tough. And it means he knows Shanks. Luffy mad, like, okay, he knows Shanks now. So Luffy still is obsessed with Shanks. I thought because he knew he was in Wano, he would have tried to hurry up and get to him, but he was like, no, it's not the time. He's still obsessed with him. I don't know if Oda knows which one he wants to do. They said, look, he's trying to say something. What is it, Mr. Ya? That nigga's like, the second strongest. It's like, bro, this nigga he's not trying to let that shit go. Nigga, I was just, he wheezing the shit. I was the second strongest. Okay. He said I was the second strongest. It's so good to see you awake again, Mr. Ya. How could this have happened to you? Oh, about that. This huge trouble going on up there, Luffy. Listen up, everyone. Why is Chopper just not telling them that? They started talking about who this nigga is, and now he's saying, oh, about that. The children were taken hostage by a couple of bad guys, and nobody can do anything to stop them. They're giant monsters rampaging around, and lightning bolt cracked to the air, and you know, I guess what's his name can't really defend himself against it right now. Gabon, like, he feeling that shit. He's like, damn, that hockey. No, that hockey is getting released again. I don't know why Imu just released some more. I don't know what just happened up there. Like, Imu just released more hockey. So Zoro and Sanji look up like, what the fuck? Rhodes over there like, ah! He screamed like a little girl. He's a bitch. Gerd just like, what the hell? She's scared. They all looking like, what the fuck? My word. That one dude, Goldberg. The Chopper was in the middle talking. He said, this great monster's rampaging around, and everybody, and they said, everyone get back to the lift. We're returning to the Sun World. Elbaf's in danger. Luffy said, save your breath, Chopper. I get the idea. That nigga got a mouthful of meat, and he's sweating bullets. And Loki's just happy. He said, whose preposterous hockey is that? Looks like you're gonna need me after all. Looks like you're going to need me after all. Dog, whose preposterous hockey is that? Looks like you're going to need me after all. Elbaf, do you need my power? It seems like you need my power, Haruden. Don't tell me, are you in danger somehow again? Loki seemed like he would just be like, he'd be talking all like proper. I mean, that's how he's kind of written to talk, right? So I said preposterous. Who's preposterous? Okay, listen, this is the part where I take a couple of screen-roos, right? Screenshotos. Screenshot. Take a screenshot of her saying, Mama's gonna save you. Okay, let's take a screenshot of these demons coming up out of nightmare hole. The kids dreamt up some demons. And he has some sort of weird, skewed trident thing also. Okay, hold on. A couple more screenshots, y'all. I don't know who's even watching live, but it's okay if you're not. This is the screenshot I really wanted. How the fuck the chopper? All right, y'all. Let me get to my screen-a-roo with the screens that I do. Screenshot for you. All right, so I can go full screen here, no problem. Okay, should I change the music? All right. Listen, y'all. So, One Piece chapter 1151. Just got done reading it, by the way. And it's pretty good, right? Now, I've seen a couple of people, like, you know, arguing about, not even arguing per se. I've seen a couple of little controversies here and there about who really thought of this theory, because a lot of people are starting to say that this theories are getting stolen. If you made a theory first and you said it first, the time stamps and the dates will tell the truth, okay? You don't have to worry about anything. Because I've seen two things come of this. First of all, like, a lot of people started mentioning how this is like Dome Reversi, or the move Dome Reversi was like the game Reversi, okay? With the fact that, you know, people are turning colors. I never seen anybody specifically mention the act of the character getting flipped around, like, because we seen Dorian Broggy actually get flipped around. Okay, I didn't see anybody actually literally equate this action to the flipping of a piece, but we know that they were quite literally getting flipped outside, well, even outside of it being literal. Okay, that's what I mean. Like, they were not only literally getting flipped, but metaphorically, they were like, their whole personality and everything was getting flipped, right, and reversed. So that was kind of an obvious one. But I seen a further one where people are saying, well, Luffy, you know, is going to be able to turn the other pieces to white again. And Dawn Dusk, you know, it's a popular channel. I mean, it's getting more popular as we speak and as the days go on. But he's a really good theorist. He's probably, you know, he's 100% one of the GOATs, one of the top theorists out there, especially being a native Japanese translator. He provides an insight that, you know, people who don't speak native Japanese can't have. With that being said, he does this. He's not the only native Japanese person that watches One Piece and also speaks English. So, yeah, with that being said, I seen his theory about Bonnie and Luffy both going Nika form and being able to like sandwich in all of the enemies to turn them white and turn all the people back to white. Now, part of this theory that he has, I seen him, he was also kind of upset that people take his theories. And that theory in particular, I don't know who took it, but I'm not even going to spend too much time on this. But I know for a fact that people have been always thinking since day one, Luffy could turn other people into Nika. He could Nika-ify other people. So the fact or the idea of Luffy turning other people into a Nika-like form or making them turn all white and giving them his power, that's not a brand new idea. It was kind of a given. There's a lot of fan art of it from years ago when Gear 5th first came out, okay? And I also believe that something like that could happen. I thought it, and sometimes, you know, we all just end up thinking the same thing. I thought some of these things before I even seen anybody else think them, and then it comes to find out we all had the same idea for the same couple of reasons, okay? I still think Luffy is going to be able to make clones of himself. He might make clones of himself to deal with this. I don't know. He might do it with Bonnie and then have Zoro also become Nika. And then now they're all fighting together, turning everybody back to normal. Who knows? I think Nika's heartbeat alone could have a chance to reverse everybody. But that's just me. Now, I didn't hear anybody else say that. And it's time-stamped in this video for me saying it. I said it in a previous video before too. But how far should we go, Grade 1? This is what they're asking, right? They even said the board is entirely in our color. And as they say that, as we see this panel, and they're saying all this from watching down above or below, wherever they are, we know Emu's in the sky. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere amongst all of this chaos. But I was interested in some of the nightmares that we see, right? First of all, we know that the giants are right here, but you see this giant serpent? Let's talk about him first, because this is probably like the least important one. I wonder if this is supposed to be like Kaido. He has the same horns as Kaido. Is this a nightmare Kaido? We know that the cloud most likely is Big Mom and her ability with Zeus, okay? This is representation of the nightmares of a Big Mom, right? But we also have this ugly rabbit thing. That's probably just a kid's nightmare, some mutation. And then we have a giant wolf. The giant wolf, is it just Fenrir? Is this Loki's real form? That's what a lot of people are saying. There was a giant purple wolf on the cover art of an old One Piece cover art. And there was a lot of theories online saying that giant purple wolf could be Loki, because Loki's hair is purple. We just got that revelation recently too, with when Elbaf started. But the picture of that wolf with his tongue hanging out his mouth was from a long time ago. And it's just a coincidence that Loki also has purple hair and his tongue's always hanging out his mouth too. And he's from Elbaf, and he could likely be Fenrir. We don't know. But so this could be Kaido, right? This is the biggest mystery, Zunisha. When I saw this, I was wondering, now, why would Zunisha be a nightmare in the Children of Elbaf's nightmare stories or their tales or whatever? Why is it a nightmare of Zunisha? This means that a nightmare or a story of him being this thing to be feared is getting passed down through Elbaf legend and children's stories. A giant elephant with these crazy scary legs. And it's kind of a funny coincidence that, and maybe it's not a coincidence at all, right? But the existence of Zunisha being right here, I wish I had the proper pictures to align right next to this so I can show you. But there's an artist, I forget his name, I think he's an Italian artist. He used to draw elephants like this. This is the idea of Zunisha. This is where the idea of Zunisha came from. This Italian artist, you can search it up to back check it. I might make a short video on it just because I'm thinking of it right now. But Zunisha's origin was an artist who was drawing portraits of nightmares and like dreams being disturbing and all that sort of shit. So the fact that Zunisha is now appearing in an actual physical manifestation of a children's nightmares for giants, right? All their nightmares are usually like, they're all giant things. None of them have been like so far a small human-sized thing. Even their Nika was giant, right? Their Nika was giant. So Nika was probably a giant. Joy Boy wasn't. But Zunisha being here was really interesting, bro. I'm wondering, like, what did Zunisha do in the past that makes him have these legends of being feared? What did he do? I couldn't even tell you or guess what the fuck it could have been that he did, right? But let's go on. I don't know why I'm back at the beginning. Well, yeah, I took a picture of the cover photo. It should have been in the front. But Yamato, she's back flipping people over. Okay. So this is the rest of the chapter. Dory and Broggy, as we know, I've already been through this. I don't know why my screenshots are out of order this heavily. But let's continue. I'll probably edit this part out when I actually trim the video. Okay, start from here. So the giants are running away after the rest of them started getting turned and flipped over, okay? Dory and Broggy fucking shit up. They're running around, turning everybody over to the side. We don't see the giants grow, but they just come out bigger. They just come out bigger already, okay? So now Dory and Broggy still trying to lay waste to everybody. And did I mention Dory's hand floats? That's kind of weird. Like, if he stops being a demon, if you can reverse it, will his hand just be forever cut off? Because I thought it was going to grow back, right? But he's really like a zombie in this case, because his hand is not grown back at all. You can see the bone, and it's floating there like it's magic or some shit, right? And all of a sudden, there's more pitchforks back there on their side. They got more pitchforks and shit, right? So yeah, she's coming, right? Mama's gonna save Colin because they found out about Mr. Ya. And by the way, the Giants mentioned how since Ya is gone, that they're at a disadvantage now. They lost a great asset that aids them, right? This is why people think the Giants are weak, because one man, and yeah, albeit the rest of the Giants are fighting other Giants who have become demons, and Dory and Broggy are stronger than the other regular Giants anyway, right? But just the fact that they can't put up a fight at all anymore because Ya is gone, because Gabon is gone, that's crazy. But I understand it. Like a human can be stronger than a giant. Giants are innately already strong. What happens if you make a giant train and get his strength the same way one of those humans did? He'll be the strongest person in the world. Okay? Somebody like Gabon, if it was a giant that trained and, you know, got as tough as Gabon through training and experience, at the end of the road, Gabon wouldn't be stronger than the giant because he's just inherently different. He's already, his base level is just different. Okay? So if you put a multiplier on a base level of 100, he's always going to be stronger. Okay? Well, we see the demons, these new nightmares spawning out of the holes because I guess the children, they're hearing the Elbaf talk about demons in their sleep, in their dreams. So I don't know how they haven't walked off the map yet, right? I guess they just made them start walking in a different direction. That was never talked about. But yeah, some more demons. And you know what I noticed? Oda's depiction of demons, it's like, it's always going to be like this now. The little old school depiction of demons with the horns, and maybe these horns, we're going to find out sooner or later that it's symbolic of, and maybe it's like akin to the type of horns that ancient demons had, and that's why they have horns, because ancient giants, I mean, are demons. Possibly. That's another theory that a lot of people thought of, and somebody's going to try to say that they thought of it first. That's not how all that shit works. So Killingham, or Saint Killingham, right? He's the one making the giant dream monsters, and his new form, he looks kind of crazy. The face he has with the teeth and all this, and, you know, eyelash shit going on, and the teeth. And he also has like the cloud sash around him. The clouds around him reminds me of Yamato's half man form, her man hybrid form, like, right? So I took this other screenshot because there's a couple more giants back here, like monsters, but I don't think these are anything important. This is like a giant tiger dog. This motherfucker's retarded. I don't know. This is looking like the giant type of bird that the Gorosei was. Who knows? Okay. The mothers of Elbaf, they want to fight back now. They're going to try to save the kids. Maybe they will. And then the kids will be taken out of the story now because nobody will have to save them. So that'll be one less thing for the rest of the crew and the giants to worry about. And the plot won't have to worry about them anymore. Okay. But Gimu wants to crush the heart of Elbaf. I wonder why they want to break the heart of Elbaf and make them submit, apparently. And I cut the half of the box off because I don't want to get copyrighted, but they say it's Harold's fault as to why, you know, it's his folly as to why the kingdom has not been subjugated already, right? And I'm wondering, like, yeah, it's probably because, like, he didn't let himself get possessed. He ripped his horns out or some shit. I don't know. We're going to find out. Or his horns are already ripped out before then, right? But he probably didn't let himself get possessed. Or he told Loki to kill him. He told Loki to kill him before he got possessed. And then they killed Imu's last puppet. Because Imu probably sent another puppet there. There's no way Imu themselves would pull up, right? I feel like Imu needs some sort of special treatment or some shit anyway. They can't leave Mary-Joie for a reason. Like there's a spell or some shit on the island of Mary-Joie, on the Grand Line, on the Red Line, I mean, that they can't leave. But Chopper, okay? Chopper falling down, chasing Gabon. And I took a screenshot of this because how the fuck is Chopper running on the air, bro? How the fuck is Chopper running on the air? That shit makes no fucking sense, okay? It makes no sense. That's why I took a screenshot of this. Because why and how is Chopper running on the air? That shit makes no sense. And you can't tell me he's not running on the air. When they fell out the sky, there was nothing near him. They're both falling clearly out the air in a vast open space. Okay, I didn't take a screenshot of that big space. I didn't think I would need it because, like, he's falling out the fucking air, bro. We all saw the panel. He's not running on the tree. Why can Chopper do this? Is Oda just like making jokes and gags now? Did he forget this shouldn't be a thing? Is Chopper, has he been too close to Luffy? Are his devil fruits also like reaching the world of like joke territory, or is it just a gag? Because he's trying to like fall fast. I thought he was gonna change forms 3 times, honestly. From when I knew that from last chapter, that he fell. I thought he was gonna turn into like Big Man, not maybe giant form or like the muscle form, right? And then get heavier so he falls past Gabon and he can grab him and then go into guard point. I wonder, how did he guard point this nigga with those things in him? He grabbed him from the side, probably. Maybe. But then we see Luffy and the crew eating here, and it's funny, this panel started off with Loki and Haruden arguing, and in the middle of them arguing, Luffy says, hey, did Chopper just fall? Okay, he said, how did I know that? Chopper's weak, and Chopper's saving, he's chasing, he's with somebody. He said Chopper just fell, he's chasing somebody, and the person he's with is weakened. That's what I meant to say, right? And then we see Haruden holding his axe in the air, trying to like kill Loki and reach for him. Loki just does not care. He's just sitting there eating like Luffy. These niggas are funny, dude. That shit is hilarious. So the 2 wings, they're like, oh, we gotta go save him. This sounds bad. Luffy's wondering, how did I see this, right? Now, I seen Dawn Dusk say that he thinks this is the same type of like shit that Roger had, which I don't think could be the case because Luffy was already hearing the voice of all things. Okay, I think this is just the door opening up to a higher level of observational haki. Simply point blank and period. Luffy in the past already was noted to be able to sense humans' emotions. He's already been somewhat of an empath in the first place. Not an empath, he's been emotionally intelligent, and he can sense people's emotions and animals' emotions, at least, as noted by Rayleigh. Silver's Rayleigh noted this, okay? And I think this is just a natural, heightened observational haki, which he can tell, he can read people. He can read people. Not only can he see the future a little bit, but observational haki, I think, encompasses all things observational that you can perceive. I think it encompasses all things about perception. So they might be able to hear some wild shit. They might be able to see some shit. They can understand things that that the eye normally wouldn't be able to understand. He can perceive things that his eyes wouldn't be able to perceive. His normal body wouldn't be able to perceive. A human, it's body and ears. Okay. So they note that we got to go find them, and they actually did leave. I didn't notice that. They did leave because in the next panel, somehow Loki has this the snail on his chest. I don't think it was there the whole time. Doesn't make sense. But he has the snail on his chest, and then you can see the snail, the person in the snail saying, hello, Loki. He said, Shaggy, listen, I'm busy right now. Call back later. He doesn't want anybody around him to hear that he has a friend and that he's on the call. He doesn't want anybody to hear that shit. Okay? And then he's talking to them, and then later on, I was right about that, because later on he gets mad at Gerd and says, what are you looking at? And she says, I'm just glad you have a friend down here in the lonely underworld. Okay? So she said that she could have been being sarcastic, or she could have been serious. Who knows? Maybe Gerd likes Loki. Headcanon. So they bring Gabon, they wheel him over in the background. Okay, and then we see Luffy finds out off screen. He's like, oh, everybody must love this old man. And the next panel, they told him already. He's like, what? He was with the fucking Roger Pirates. What? What are y'all talking about? Blah, blah, blah. He's all happy and excited. Like, yo, that means he knows Shanks. And then somebody, I think it's Haruden, he's saying like, yo, yeah, I think he might have been number 3, I think. And then he's like, number 2. This nigga was not trying to let that shit go, okay? I'm number 2. He had to let them know. And then we reached the end of the chapter here. Okay, Chopper, by the way, Chopper did not remember. Because they asked, like, yo, how did he get fucked up like this? We're glad you're awake. Chopper waited this whole time to start telling everybody. He said, "Oh yeah, about that. There was these people on top of the island, and the giants, and then the kids, and then a big thunder crack happened, and then everybody's like, what the fuck?" He said, and everyone get back on the lift. We're returning to the sun world. Elbaf's in danger." Save your breath, Chopper. I get the idea. Whose preposterous hockey is that? Looks like you're going to need me after all. He's ready, okay? Loki is trying to get in the action. He's not playing around, okay? They're not going to let him up. I feel like they should. They might. We're going to have to find out next chapter if they let him up or not. They might let him up. Somebody might end up awakening him, or they might like see that they're losing up top and somebody might run back down to hell just to free him. Like, Loki, we need you. He's like, I knew you were going to say that. Like, the nigga, he could probably see the future, bro. Like, what's up with his eyes? Does he keep his eyes covered because his observational hockey's so great? He could see the entire future? I don't know. I'm just making some shit up. Like, why are his eyes covered? I feel like he has something to do with his eyes. His power? Something to do with his eyes. Or maybe it's just his character design. It's probably just his design. It seems like he could see and everything normally with his eyes covered. I think his design just doesn't have eyes. And we see he's embarrassed too. I didn't even notice that he's embarrassed. It looks like. I think that's what that is. And he has snot dripping on his nose. I forget what panel this is from exactly. Was it with him getting mad, like asking, "Are you in danger again?" I forget. But Loki's a nice character, man. He's funny. Luffy's funny. I can't wait to see what type of action, what type of fight they get into next chapter. That shit's gonna be nice. But I'm gonna end the live here, and I'm gonna upload this video right now.